and thank you for joining me again today for practice. I'll be sharing this stretching class with you. If you're feeling a little bit stiff, especially in the lower body, we're going to work into some deep stretches. And to start off, we can start in child's pose today, taking the knees wide apart, toes together, arms long in front of us. And we'll start our breathing here. So pushing down onto the mat through our hands. Let the hips release, ribs come between the thighs, and really breathe into the whole body. Let gravity take the hips a little bit deeper and open them up. So stretching is great for improved range of motion for the rest of our practice. And I find for me it's a great mood enhancer. So we'll work through this grounding practice together. Inhaling, bring our knees together and up onto all fours. Beginning with our spinal stretching and balancing here. We're going to take some fluid cats and cows. So using your breath, take yourself back and forward around, making a shape of an 8. There's no wrong way of doing this. We're basically taking our cow forward, rounding our back for the cat, taking the hips all the way forward, all the way back, working into your body, whatever feels good for you. And if you've been going in one direction, change direction. Going to the opposite corner of the mat, back corners. Just really working into the spine, however it feels good to you, stretching the arms, stretching the hips. And when you're ready, back to center, neutral spine. Inhale. For our balance, we can take the right leg back behind us together and left arm forward. Keeping the tricep tucked at your ear. And then swinging back, we'll try and catch our foot, stretch that quad. And if you can, open up the foot, kicks into the hand. C stretch. And exhale, release. Send the leg long and down to the mat. Changing sides. Let's take the left back, right arm forward, squeeze and hold, and then stretch the quad. Catch the foot with the opposite hand, and if you can, try and kick the foot into the hand, stretch and open up. Curving the spine nicely. Exhale, let it go, straighten out first, knee down to the mat. Inhale, take the knees wide, toes together once more, child's pose. Exhale down to the mat. Open the shoulders even more this time. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, we're going to do thread the needle now. So take your left hand, left shoulder down to the mat. Straighten out the right arm. And then we can take the right arm and we try and find the opposite thigh, tuck it in between the ribs and the thighs. So we're stretching and twisting. Exhale, release the right arm long, release the left arm. Getting ready for the other side, thread the right arm, shoulder comes down to the mat. Stretching first, and then take the left hand, bend it over, and try and place it between the thighs or the ribs. If it doesn't reach there, somewhere on your back, as long as we're trying to twist the spine. Exhale, release the left hand long, right hand long, straightening out. And then slowly working yourself down, belly down to the mat, chest down. And we'll do some fluid cobras, bending our legs at the same time, just opening up the front body, opening the neck, and changing direction. Even it out on each side, stretching into your quads here as well. Relax and release into crocodile. Let the forehead be heavy into the hands. Inhaling, calming down the whole body. Exhaling, release. And then inhale, bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, work yourself back for downward facing dog. Taking your time, stretching out. Take the hips high as you can to the sky, knees can stay a little bit bent. Maybe you're on your tippy toes here. Big stretch for the full body. Slowly work your heels down to the mat. You can bend one knee at a time. Straighten out, bend the other knee. Straighten out. Hold and breathe. Inhale, we're going to swing the right leg back behind us. Stretch it out, keeping it straight. Keeping hips in line. And then exhale, dropping the foot over to the opposite side. So twisting here in three-legged dog. Inhale, bringing the foot and knee towards the chest. Try and step it through. Land with the back foot down, back knee, and then working the right knee out at an angle to do a deep stretch here. We can push a little bit on the right knee and gaze back at the left foot, twisting the spine. It's a great hip stretch. Inhale, gaze forward. You can stay up on the hands, or if you can take it a little bit deeper, come down onto the elbows, open lizard here. Let the back toes go long on the mat. Breathe into the hips. Inhale, rising up onto the hands once more. Walk the right foot back through center and all the way across. Getting ready for pigeon. So we'll just check that our hips are facing the front of the mat. Take that right foot where you need to. It doesn't have to be parallel with the front. And if we can, take our fingertips, arms off the mat, rise up. Exhale, folding forward, sleeping pigeon. Release into the stretch. Take your breath into the hips. So we're really working into the right hip here. Sleeping pigeon. Inhale, start walking yourself back up onto the hands. Bring the right foot in even closer, getting ready for a deep quad stretch at the back. Catching the left foot with the left hand. And if you have it into your practice, bind the hands and open up for mermaid pose here. Stretching the spine, the arms, the quad. Can be a great stretch. Exhale and release it slowly. Releasing the back foot without flinging it down. Inhale, the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the back toes. Find the strength and try and swing that right leg up without dragging it. Back into three-legged dog. Back into downward facing dog. Stretch it out, feeling one side of the body slightly more open than the other. Inhale, take the left leg forward and up now. And then bend the left knee, open it across the back of the body. Twisting in three-legged dog. Inhale, swing the left knee through to the chest, Step down into lunge and start walking out the left foot again. Working into our lizard stretch. Take the left hand to the left knee and just push it out slowly. Twisting the spine, we can gaze over to the back foot. Let the hips sink. Inhale, facing forward. Coming onto the elbows if it's comfortable for you. Let the hips drop even lower. Release the back toes. It's a big hip opener. Use your breath. Exhale, you let everything sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, squeeze yourself up onto the hands and start walking that left foot over across the mat for pigeon. Hips facing forward. Inhale, rising up either onto your fingertips or taking the fingertips off the mat, gazing up. Exhale, folding forward slowly for sleeping pigeon. You can let the forehead come down to the mat. Breathe into your left hip now. Using your breath, taking the stretch a bit deeper. Inhale, walking the hands up. And take that left foot in even closer. We're going to bend the right leg behind us, stretching your quad. Maybe this is far enough for you. Or if you'd like to, find a bind in the hands and hold a mermaid pose here. Gazing forward, no pressure on the neck. When you're ready, release. Slowly let the back foot go down to the mat. Inhale, tuck the back toes, find strength in the arms and swing the left leg back up to three-legged dog and placing back down on the mat. Downward facing dog, stretching out evenly now. Both hips are really open. Gaze forward. You can hop forward, bring the feet outside the hands for a deep squat. Should feel a little bit deeper now that the hips have been worked on, and we release the lower back. Malasana. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the hands behind us and sit back on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together, opening up even more of the hips, ankles and knees, butterfly pose. Bowing forward if you can. Elbows can be pushing the knees down even further. Breathe into your butterfly. Inhale, slowly rolling up through the spine. And then opening each thigh a little bit more with the pressure of our hand. Just pushing down softly. Release. Coming into fire log pose now. We're trying to take our shins parallel to each other. Doesn't matter if your knees high up and close to your chest. Just use a little bit of pressure. Open up the hip, the knee joint. No pain. Bowing forward. Using your breath to work into the tight spots, but not causing any pain. Inhale, straighten it up, and then swap legs over. Again, we're trying to keep the shins parallel to each other, knee to ankles if we can, applying a little bit of pressure, enough so that we're stretching. Inhale, releasing the pressure rising up off the legs. Taking the feet wide apart now for seated forward bend. Activate the feet, flexing the toes back towards you and keeping them active. Keeps the thighs active so we open up a little bit deeper. And just work your way forward. Everyone's at a different pace here. So whatever feels good to you, using the breath again. Exhale, taking it a bit deeper. Maybe you open up into full forward fold, taking your chest down, or you're staying up high. Either way, work into your body. Inhale and exhale. Drop a little bit deeper. Let the hips open up. Inhale, getting ready to rise up off the mat, upper body. We can take the right foot in together and bring it into a half hero, so the ankle's outside the thigh. And we're going to twist across the body and stretch. So opposite arm comes to opposite thigh. Reach up and over. Maybe you don't grab on the toes. Just stretching over to where it feels good for you, opening the side body. Inhale, rising up, and we'll go for a slightly deeper stretch now. Take the right hand under the left thigh, bind, and stretch up and over. It's a big side body stretch. Inhale, releasing. Bringing the right foot in. Straighten it out once more to change sides. Left knee in. Take the left ankle outside the thigh. Half hero. And again, opposite hand, opposite thigh. Stretch, open up and over. Just taking the fingers to where they fall, nothing forced. Going for the deeper stretch now on this side if you'd like to. Linking the hand under the thigh this time. Opening up the side body on the left. Inhale, using your core to rise up. Bring in the left knee first, right knee in, and cross over the ankles. We're going to come into a frog pose now. It's a deep hip stretch, so we take the knees apart as far as you can and is comfortable. Trying to keep the legs at 90 degrees. Staying on your elbows here, not going too far down that it's painful. Just breathe into your frog a little bit. Hold it here. Feel gravity pulling the hips down towards the mat. Inhale. When you're ready, slowly bring the legs towards each other. Back onto the knees. And bring the right leg forward into low lunge with knee down. We're going to work into the splits. So taking the hips back first, half splits on the right leg. Stretching the right hamstring. Bowing forward. And then we're going to take the right foot to an angle. So it's a good way to prep yourself for splits or start working into splits if we're not ready yet. We're taking the front leg to an angle off the side of our mat and release the back toes. If we can, bow forward. Maybe this is accessible for you today. We've opened the hips a lot. Maybe you're a bit higher up. Just working to your ability. Slowly inhale, right foot back in, and taking it all the way back. Swapping sides, left foot comes to the front of the mat for a lunge. Inhale, you're going to take the hips back, tuck the back toes, and bow forward for half splits or runner's stretch. Working into the left hamstrings now. Inhale, working yourself forward, keeping that left leg off at an angle, so it's not full splits directly in front of you. That may be too strong. Wherever you are in your splits, just stay to where it's comfortable. If you want to bow forward, come on to your elbows. You can do that with me now. Breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, start working yourself back up onto your hands. Take the left leg back behind us and open up into child's pose once more. Gazing forward. Breathe, settling the breath. If that was a bit of a challenge, just bringing the breath back to stillness. Inhaling, rising up. Walk yourself to the middle of the mat so we have enough space. We're going to bring ourselves back into reclined hero. So bringing the knees wide apart, let the hips sit between the feet. Straighten up through the spine. And we're going to recline backwards. If this is where you know you want to stay, that's totally fine. If you want to work back down onto your elbows, you can do that now. Or if you know reclined hero is good for you, relax the back all the way down to the mat. And just concentrate on your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. One of my favorite poses. I find it super calming. The breath is calm, the mind is calm. Slowly bringing ourselves back to movement. Dig the elbows in, rise up onto the hands first, and rise up all the way forward onto the knees. Cross the ankles over to sit back and bring the legs long in front of us. You can recline all the way down. For a little counter pose, I like to do fish pose. So digging the elbows into the mat, open the chest, arch the back, and bring the crown of the head down to the mat. Opening the throat is great for the thyroid gland. If you have it in your practice, lift the feet up off the mat. If not, keep them down. And slowly, whenever you're ready, dig the elbows down into the mat and release the back. Straighten out, bring the knees into the chest. Hug the elbows and rock side to side. You can push the knees in and out. That feels good. And inhale. Hug the right knee in and swing up to seated once more. Legs are long in front of us, straighten up through the spine, forward fold. Inhale, stretching the spine. Exhale, rounding down. And close the eyes, find some stillness and darkness in your forward fold. Inhale and exhale, releasing the fold, rising up. Coming back to seated, comfortable position. I hope you feel as emotionally free as I do. Open hips. Bow to yourself. Good practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me again today.